So I have just admitted from the waiting room, and I think your mic should be hot, dude. Oh, yep, it is hot. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I am doing great. I actually came onto the channel wanting to talk about this without even having seen the title of the show.
Really?
Yes, and while you were, I was chatting with people in the chat, and you mentioned tonight we're talking about, and I realized, oh, I don't even have any idea what his title is. I looked over, grow your channel or good content. What's more important? I love that. I absolutely love that.
That's actually kind of spooky, dude.
Really? Oh, that kind of stuff happens to me all the time. It really does. I don't know what the deal is, or if I'm just in sync with the universe, or totally out of sync, or whatever. But that happens to me way more often than it should.
Well, that's cool. Now I'll just before we get into that though, tell me about the meeting room. How was that when you the one they were waiting in?
The waiting room?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was good. Just a blank screen. It opened up a screen on my end, and it just said you are in the waiting room. I had no idea if I was first in line or second in line or anything, but it was obvious that I needed to wait.
Oh, okay, cool. And did you see the text that I wrote up and the image with my face in it by chance?
No.
Oh, you didn't? That's interesting. Because it gives you the option to modify it so that your guests in the waiting room get to see something and are informed in some way. And I was hoping that would show, but maybe I have to run some more tests on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's probably a lot easier on your end than what you were doing before.
It is a lot easier, yeah.
Because you don't have to monitor the mics and the videos and people coming in, and so
yeah. And like this is perfect because now when people do come on, they you won't be squeezed. I won't have to stop their video. I won't have to ask them to start. I mean, all I have to do is ask them on. It's like bam. And I figured what I do, and I hate to keep taking time from you here, but what I figured I'd do is treat this like a radio call-in show. So, right, as many people who want to can line up. I'll get to as many as I can in an hour and ask them to call back, another time if I can't get to everyone.
Yeah.
Because, the more people that show up to my streams, that's going to become an issue.
Amen, brother. That's what we hope for, right?
That is what we hope for, yes.
That is great. That is great.
Okay, now, we act as though I didn't say anything tonight. What were you?
Oh,
what
sure.
Were you gonna say?
I was curious. I was talking with my wife this, and I run the risk of coming across as a whiny, a whiny person. But I've been doing what I've been doing for. I started getting serious about it in March of 2017. So I've been doing it for 2.5 years now, and I've got 1,700 subscribers, and I've got, in the process, I've written and recorded and streamed 115 songs, and I've thought about this, and I thought, if I'm being honest, I thought I was going to be way further ahead than I am now. It is much, much, much harder. But then I see other channels, and I try to be as objective as I can. It's really, really hard. It's really hard to be objective. But I look at other channels that are kind of doing similar things that are much, much more successful. And I'm trying to find a difference. I'm trying to find whether it's the content that isn't quite as good, whether it's the music that isn't as good, whether it's my entertainment value that isn't as good, or if it's just marketing. And honestly, I have no idea. I'm at the point now where, 115 songs for 2 years straight. I was doing one song every week. And it is not easy. And during that time, there was a time when I was working a full-time job as well as doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like I had no time. My sanity was really going thin there. But so what are your thoughts?
Well, I was going to give them to you anyway, but as you knew I would.
I was hoping so.
Well, here's the thing, Jason. It's not your music, dude. Your music's awesome, and I would tell you straight up if I thought you should change anything, especially the way you change it up. You were working on Synthesized Symphony the other night.
True.
Friggin' blew me away, dude. And you even said several times, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I don't have any idea.
And yet, people were actually telling you other composers, famous dead composers that it sounded like. That's the biggest compliment you can actually get. And what did I say? It was shit, I can't remember, but it was actually a compliment cloaked in a joke. I wish I could remember. I'll remember it as we go. But so yeah, it's not the music. I don't think it's your format either, because I finding people that like to watch the creative process. Now it's an odd niche, no question.
Oh, it is. I don't know anybody that is streaming the creation of their music.
Right. Not the music itself, but yeah, that is a strange niche, and would be a little more work trying to find that audience. Yeah, but I think it lies squarely in marketing.
Okay.
I do.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. I know you well enough, but kind of not. I'm still, finding people who will give you just a straight, honest answer, as you probably well know, is like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yes.
There's so many yes men and so many people are like gushing and they're like, oh my gosh, I love your music. And then they go away and they never come back.
Yeah, I hear that. I think, I think if I was, if it were, well, I am here, but,
yeah.
Cause I'm in the same boat, right? I've got to find people who would enjoy either watching real people talk to, this ugly mug, or would want to come on the show. Yeah, now, I found a whole bunch of people. The Blue Wrenches alone I just published my 100th guest cut a couple days ago, which is cool. It wasn't 100 people. It was more like, I think I did the math, and it was close to around 73, 75, somewhere in there.
Dang, that's huge, man.
Yeah, but that's 75 people who have thought enough of me to come on and talk. And I thought, that's fan-friggin-tastic. And the only marketing I've done, real marketing, is just to go other live streams, because think about the tie-in there, right?
Yeah.
People love to be at live streams. They love to interact with the host, even though the host doesn't necessarily interact with them outside of, regurgitating their text. I get that. Yeah. But there are also people in those streams I knew that would want to come on the show. And that's where I bet 90% of my audience. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, the for you, give me just a moment to think about this, because I'm usually pretty good in putting myself in a prospective customer's shoes, and by this, I mean subscribers. Subscribers are customers. They're consuming our content.
Yeah, it's something. There's one guy while you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
There's one guy in Norway that is doing what I'm doing, and he's ridiculously successful. That actually gave me the idea. I think I've told you this before, but
yeah.
It's just I don't know. My hope is that it's marketing, and I just haven't found the right audience yet.
I think that's what it is. And you mentioned that guy. I think I know exactly the guy. He's uber talented, and his videos were unbelievably entertaining, because that was in the early days. But nowadays,
like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. Nowadays we are fighting. Well, there was one even earlier than that. I can remember one in the aughts.
Oh.
Yeah, a few years after YouTube started, did the same thing. Played all his own instruments, and he would put together these montages of him playing each instruments in separate squares on the screen, that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was easy then, because there wasn't as much competition for eyes. Nowadays, there is a crap ton of competition for eyes. So rather than hope the eyes find you, we've got to go out and look for them. That's what I was talking about, being in those chats.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
I can see a couple things that you could do. You could literally run an AdWords ad for your trailer.
Okay.
And in your trailer, describe, I can't remember which trailer is, because I've been subscribed and I haven't seen it forever.
It's just a song. I did it.
Okay.
I did a trailer for Patreon, but I haven't done one for YouTube. It's just my favorite song, or the song that I think is the best.
Yeah, well, you could run an ad on AdWords, which is now Google Ads, for a very, very small amount of money. Like you could probably pull in 2,000 to 3,000 views to a video for like $30. And we're not buying views here. We're literally writing ads that say, hey, this is what I do. If you're interested, check out this trailer video, and then you get subs, right?
Yep.
I know that from
I've done it.
experience because you've done it.
I've done it. Yeah, I've done it like 4 times on 4 different videos, and I don't know about your experience, but mine has been exactly the same across all the videos. And you're right. It's a tiny amount of money. For example, the last one that I did was on Daydream, the one where Stephanie Douglas did the trumpet solo, which just killed it.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And the metrics that on that video were higher than any of my other videos to date.
Are you talking about organic, or are you talking about
organic,
from the ad?
All organic. And so at the end of the video, the average was 40% of people were still watching. So it never dipped below 30%. It was like between 35 and 42 towards the end. And that, for my videos, that is just super high. And so I thought, yeah, I'll just run an ad. So I ran an ad for Great Britain, North America, Canada, South America, India. And I put the cost per click at like 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
And for $10, I think I got 750 views. And that seems par for the course. But what I don't like about that is they're just views. I think I netted 7 new subscribers, which is about $1 per subscriber, which I think is horrific. I think that is not a good deal at all.
No, not at all.
But the views were great, but the average view time for the paid versus organic, the paid was, I think, 35 seconds, where the organic was just under 3 minutes. And so I guess it's cool that I get the ads for the money, and I hope that's valuable, but there's no interaction. Nobody commented. Of the new subscribers, nobody commented. And my thoughts on this is pretty much, I think, in line with yours. Is I am interested in building a community of people who will rally around what I'm trying to do. And the whole sub for sub and the you click me, I click you thing, those are people who are going to go right away.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Poison.
Exactly.
That's why I chose this hat.
It really, it's no good. It really is. Content is king. So when I pay for the views and I'm getting tons of views and very little interaction, it seems to go against that philosophy of build a community of people who are interested in what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, but finding those people is part of the thing, and that's why I mentioned the ads, right? So, and there's so many factors. Have you run ads before for things? I mean, I'm not saying you didn't know what you were doing, but
no, I don't. Admittedly, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've gone through 4 marketing managers that have come in. I run a studio, and I've said basically I can't afford them. I'm not in a position to pay anyone. But I said, I'll give you free studio time if you will do something with marketing. And all 4 of them did jack squat. They tried to do different things, but the metrics just weren't there. And so, no, I am striving as much as I can. And I have no plans on stopping. But it just gets a little frustrating when, 2.5 years later, I'm scratching at the 2,000 mark.
It gets a lot frustrating. I mean, let's be real, right? To piss off Andrew. Let's be real here.
Right. I was here when he said that. I was like, oh boy, okay, now we know where his button is.
Oh yeah, I feel like. So now I'm going to push my own buttons. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a coordinated effort. I don't want to get bogged down in the ads because. I mean, there is a plan that you've got to put together. You've got to think as though, well, first you've got to identify your audience. Who is the type of person? I'm your audience, dude. Here's a great example. I'm your audience. I'm a musician. Yeah. I love the creative process, and it doesn't even have to be a musician. It could be because we've had other artists in your stream that have contributed just as much.
Agreed.
So it's got to be an artist that loves to watch the creative process, digs music. And because I don't think there's anything wrong with, or anything that would keep them away because of your personality or your setup or anything like that. Certainly not your music. So finding those people and then figuring out where they hang out and what they want to hear. So like the ads got to be written to actually entice those sort of people. And then the video has to be the sort of video that talks to them and gives them an action item. I mean, really, you're really pushing hard on the action item now. I like the, welcome. So yeah.
That right. I just got yes.
Yeah, I don't do opera well.
Click on
That's it. But yeah, the action items are of supreme importance in all of this, which is why everybody says, make sure you ask them to subscribe. And when you go to a video, tell them what to do. Yeah, because people forget. I don't know how many live streams I've been in. I'm just like, oh, this is great. I'm having a great time. And then somebody says, oh, hey, don't forget to click the like button. Well, if I like it, I'm like, shit, why didn't I think of that?
Exactly.
I've been doing this long enough. Why didn't I think about it? That's that sort of action item that elicits, or trips the brain and says, oh, well, shit, yeah.
Guess what I just did?
What?
I clicked the like button.
Oh, in this video? Hey, guys, click the like button if you like what I'm doing. Oh, and tweet it out and all that kind of stuff. So,
tweet it out. I'm going to do that right now. 1 sec here.
And you might even think about building your own Facebook group, right? Where you just...
Ronnie actually is managing my Facebook group. No, it's not a group. It's not. That is a great idea. Yeah,
Facebook group. Brand yourself, man. You're already MJ. You talked to me out of your face, so use that brand to its advantage, man.
Yes. You talked to me out of your face. Love it.
Yeah. Feel free to use that. There is no trademark.
Hashtag you talked to me out of your face. Right
on. A Reddit subgroup where you could literally just post your videos or go live on it. I don't think you can go live on Reddit, but you can converse with people there as well. I mean, and of course, SEO. I haven't looked at your stuff very well, or the descriptions and whatnot to know if you're optimized the way I would think. The way I would optimize you.
Oh, yeah.
But getting in front of that algorithm for those people. I mean, again, it goes down to identifying your target audience. Mm-hmm. Speaking to those in your content and your tags, and believe me, tags are depreciating, and I don't care about them that much. But your content is key. Your description's key. Your title's key. I love your thumbnails. Your thumbnails are awesome because they attract attention, man. I mean, I can pick you out of a lineup, whether you did the crime or not, and.
Awesome. That's one of the questions. I'm not a designer, so I often wondering about they've told me that two things are the most important things when trying to get your stuff out there is the title and the thumbnail.
Yep.
Those are the two things that everybody sees across all platforms when they're searching, if it's in the recommended videos or if it's in the main feed or but yeah, they say that get that thumbnail and the title so that they will click it, and then the video does the job of keeping the attention. But you've got to get it to stand out.
Exactly. That's point of contact. That's when they become exposed to it. But in order to get exposed to it, you've got to write those titles in such a way that they have keyword phrases in them that are most likely to speak to your audience. And then also the description. You've got to make sure that description is full of keywords relevant to the video. That speaks to that audience. So the type of search terms that the audience that you've identified will actually use in the search engine, be it Google or YouTube, and concentrating on those and a little bit more social media, and your product is good. I'm as surprised as you are actually.
Thank you so much.
No problem, dude.
That raises my spirits. I appreciate that.
Sure, absolutely. Well, thanks for coming on, Jason. As
you've
always,
probably got a line of people.
I've got 3 in the wings and half an hour to do it, but I think I'll probably stretch it a bit.
Rock on. I don't want to steal any more of your time. You are awesome, Jim. Thank you so much for what you do.
No problem, dude. Good luck to you. And if you want to talk offline about that SEO, I'll be glad to take a look at it.
Okay, well, I appreciate that even more. Thank you so much.
No problem, dude. We'll talk at you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. You too could be a guest on this show at any time. We're live every weeknight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you've got to do is hit that subscription button and ring that bell right now. Oh, and while you're at it, why not share this video? I'm sure my guests would appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you live.